Pills to make the man, but that poison's gonna chew you from the inside out. So right now, say it with your chest now, say it with your chest now. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time, it's my time to ride it. I'm young, I'm free, can't nobody take me here and now. It's my time to run it out. It's my time, it's my time to ride it out.
What's happening, everybody? It's Sunday once again, and it's your boy Onyx here, going full nerd. Let me go ahead and fade this out. Destiny behind me, but I'm still fly. I'm still fly. I know. Hey, what's happening, everybody? I'm still fly. What's happening? It is Sunday, 6 p.m., and it's time again for Going Full Nerd Live. That's what I do. If you didn't already check it out, today we are talking about The Boys Season 2, Episodes 1 through 3. I mean, that's kind of cool. I mean, they did what they did, but we got to do what we got to do, and we're going to go through the shameless plugs. Okay, so y'all ready for the shameless plug? Shameless plug goes like this. Hey, check this out. I'm glad you joined in. Make sure you hit this video with a thumbs up, for the like, and then go ahead, subscribe, and share this video. You can always find the videos on youtube.com/goingfullnerd. But where the heart of Going Full Nerd is on the podcast, which you can find on anchor.fm/goingfullnerd. You can also find it on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and cross your fingers, folks. I think I'm going to end up on Audible and Amazon. I'm hoping it comes through. We'll keep that going and see what's up with that. So, as you can see, today's title, The Boys Review Season 2, Episodes 1 through 3. So here goes the problem, or the situation, okay? So the situation is this. Amazon just basically putting their foot in it. Hey, they doing what they got to do. They're trying to keep up with your Disney. They're trying to keep up with your Hulu. They're trying to keep up with your Netflix. They're trying to keep up with all the streaming services because they were the big daddy of the streaming services that you may or may not know. I mean, Netflix is big daddy, but Amazon does everything. $1 billion company, $1 trillion, billion, trillion. It is what it is. So check this out. All right. We have an Amazon Prime original with The Boys. This is the second season. First season, you can check out my review on the YouTube channel. You can check out my review on the podcast. Most dysfunctional superheroes ever. So what I'm going to go ahead and say is let's give a little preface to what's going on. Superheroes are supposed to be beacons of hope, right? Superheroes are supposed to be the best of the best in the world that they have to offer, defenders of the world, right? That's what superheroes should be, right? Okay. I don't care what you say about the premier superhero group of the boys, known as the Seven. These are not superheroes. I don't know what these dudes are, but they damn sure ain't superheroes. And, I'm going to talk about the first 3 episodes of the second season. That's only because they only gave us 3 episodes of the second season. The trailer gets into some deep stuff that I want to see. But the show itself only gets into the first 3 episodes. They're going to release episodes every Friday. So you can expect, not so much on the live show, but we're going to talk about The Boys throughout the second season. I'll drop a video every now and then talking about how the story progresses. But so far, for the first 3 episodes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Okay. So, you turn it on, it gives you it gives you basically a catch up of the events of season 1. So if you didn't see season 1, that's on you. I'm going to talk bad about you because I'm going to spoil season 1 because you had all this time, over a year, I believe, since I last did a video to go ahead and watch season 1. So if you get mad about spoilers, kiss my natural tail. Okay, I'm going to be nice right now. So here's the thing. They just show in this, they just really showing their ass with superheroes. And one of the things that stood out about season 1 was them showing how weak some superheroes are if you had a situation with no morals, with no issues, with these guys being jackasses 100% of the way, which they are. So they open up, man. Now, I'm not going to say they open up, but in the beginning, they got this character. He's like Daredevil. He's blind. And he's doing all sorts of stuff. He's throwing, doing the ninja stuff, flipping, dodging, and doing stuff. Boom. And the lady's like, yo, we want you to be a part of the 7. They bring down Homelander. Now, we know from season 1, Homelander got issues. He got major issues. And so they bring him in, and he's all like, oh, okay, look at this dude. He's doing the flips. He's doing the thing. Man, let me throw this out here. Man, he said, so the guy's like fan love on Homeland. He's like, oh my gosh, this is like the superhero. This is the man right here. This is your Superman of the boys universe. Yo, he boxes dude in the head. Like, what are you going to do for this? And then proceeds to cuss out the PR person. Like, don't you ever bring no disabled superhero. He ain't saying like that. He said cripple. So it's like totally PC is out the window. No political correctness. None of that. Yo, I was just too through. And, considering where it left off the last season, I don't expect any less. This show will give you shocks. This show will give you all sorts of craziness. But going through it, highlights. Homelander being Homelander. First, him jacking up the blind superhero. Second thing, him and his parent issues. I mean, dude is drinking breast milk out of a baby bottle. This is your number 1 superhero, your top guy. I mean, I don't know what to say. Then, you got Black Noir going around, taking out terrorist cells, quote unquote, whatever you want to call it. And then he has the nerve, after he's carrying the head of a super powered other person. I don't know if the guy was a terrorist or not. He grabs it. I don't have my stuffed animals here with me, but he has the head in one hand and he has a stuffed animal in the other hand, walks in a little kid's room and be like, I'm like, really? Really? I mean, how strange do you have to be to write something like this? I mean, I complain about the Snyder cut being too dark. I do it. I'll be like, yo, Superman ain't supposed to be this dark, But watching the Snyder cut version of stuff and watching people who like those darker characters, if they not watching The Boys makes all that stuff look like you watching, Elmo on Sesame Street or Barney the Dinosaur. That's how I feel. But let's get back to it. So we get an introduction to my man, Giancarlo Esposito and his character, okay, who is basically, I guess he's the CEO or the CFO of Voight, which is the company that produces these superheroes, and which is part of the backstory. I'm not going to get into it, but for the television series, obviously it's way different than the comic book. But the thing about it is, he has no fear. I dig his character. He has been getting some banging roles recently. Big Brother Dean Almighty from School Days has come into his own. I mean, not recently, but yo, he is just the big baddie in a whole bunch of stuff. And it's like, yes. I mean, he was in Breaking Bad, okay? He showed up at the end of The Mandalorian, okay? Now he shows up inside The Boys and he punks Homelander straight up, okay? No superpowers, just straight punks him. Oh, you've got to like this. But let's get to the story though. Last season ended off, Butcher got kidnapped by Homelander, found out his wife's alive, found out his wife has a kid. The kid is Homelander's biological son. Now, this is, for anybody not following the show, you're going crazy on this part because, you're like, what the hell? Why is that an issue? What is it? Yo, it's whole story. It's crazy. It is so many intricate little storylines, and just watching these characters try to navigate through it, try to make it through it, try to seem reasonable in an unreasonable situation. I mean, this show has it all. It has a sadistic Superman. You have the goody two shoes character in Starlight, okay, who's trying to bring everybody, to be honest and pure and all that. She's helping the boys. Then you got the boys. You got Huey, whose girlfriend got killed. Now he's involved with one of the seven, romantically or whatever. And then now that's compromising stuff. They the most wanted because they stuck a piece of dynamite up the invisible dude's tail. Man, come on. Come on. But you want to know, I'm going to tell you, you want to know who's the most ruthless that I seen in the whole thing is the turn of events when they pulled out Stormfront. Now, in the comic book, I'm going to just let you know, they did a gender bend on this. In the comic book, Stormfront is a dude. So, obviously the TV show is taking its own direction, but that character right there is straight crazy. Yo, now, this is the part where the boys really shook a few people up and it was an issue. Now, if you haven't seen episode 3, cover your ears because I'm going to spoil it. Now, kiss my ass. I don't care. I'm going to spoil it. So, here's the thing. So, you've got the boys on the run. They've already done all sorts of stuff. They done killed a whale. They done gave the Deep an emotional breakdown. I'll get into talk about the Deep in a minute. They get to all this, and then you got Stormfront. And so Kimiko, that's the superpowered individual that's with the boys, okay? She got like super strength healing, animal, that type of stuff, like a Wolverine type, no claws from what I can see. But, it is what it is, feral or however it is, super strength. And so they had her brother who was like a telekinetic doing stuff, with his hands. Yo, first Stormfront got after that tail. Yo, she wore Kimiko's brother out. But what really pissed a lot of people off, and it got me kind of messed up, she ran into chasing him through a predominantly African American housing project and started killing everybody. Now, in today's climate, that's kind of effed up. I mean, we know the superheroes, I use the term loosely, inside of the boys are not really superheroes. They're sadistic son of a guns, and it is what it is. But the problem with that is that the kind of graphic depictions we need about right now? Man, when I say they established her as a villain, she's established as a villain. In my book, I can't wait till she gets her just due. But they've got some crazy, crazy foolishness. But it just shows you so much how greed and money and politics will all play into something. And I think that's the underlying story of the whole boys novel and network and story that they're trying to go. It's hey, I'm glad they got a second season. I hope it gets renewed for season 3. And I hope these 3 episodes, I'm talking like it's a comic book, but these 3 episodes can only get better. I mean, right now, I can't give it a rating. It's not over yet. But so far, we're at a 4.5 level. I mean, there are a few things that, I find with issues, you know, just how a lot of people could get around and do certain things and there's no accountability. But that's part of the story. I mean, I look at the story as something like if you read comic books, you got the Squadron Supreme, which is a copy of the Justice League in Marvel Comics, or you got the Justice League from Injustice, where they went berserk, Superman became a totalitarian. This is like the beginnings of those stories. Like, how did they rise to power? How did they get to that? Whew, man, I'm telling you, they getting there. It's getting slamming. But I am going to say, you know, the boys, they really, Amazon set me up though. I was planning on watching all of it, talking about it, but Amazon said, no, we're going to give you the first 3 and then we're going to issue each Friday. I mean, I really think that's COVID related because we know we don't have a lot of uh, material because shooting has stopped on a lot of films and television, and we got to go in there. So it is what it is. Put boys on your radar, folks. It is it's worth the watch, man. I mean, just to watch this train wreck of a superhero show, watching a school of sharks chase some dudes down and then they crash into a whale. You gotta love this. It is 100% slamming. Now, let's talk about some other crazy things inside of entertainment news. So I guess Robert Pattinson, he didn't have his bat repellent or whatever, or I find it kind of ironic. He's playing Batman and played a vampire because the reports out of Hollywood is the shooting on the Batman has stopped because Robert Pattinson has tested positive for COVID-19. Don't hope he recovers. Don't wish that on anybody. Hope it's a very mild and he can just bounce back and keep going. Not so much because of the movie, but just because that's me being a decent human being. Even though I really don't have high hopes outside of the I am vengeance that they had, Batman wearing people out. Also, we got the heartfelt story in entertainment this week from The Rock that he and all his family had tested positive for COVID-19. Yo, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yo, so it makes me wonder, what people are thinking, what people are doing. But we got to look at this and, entertainment is wild because here's the thing. I dropped a review for the New Mutants movie. You can check that out on the YouTube channel or you can check it out on the podcast. And, I'm not going to say where I saw it or how I saw it, but I am going to say is I'm still very uncomfortable in going to a movie theater. Now, they released Christopher Nolan's Tenet. And I know a lot of people are like, yo, you got to see it in IMAX. The movie is this. But I don't see me sitting in an enclosed movie theater, even with reduced seating, with a bunch of people I don't know. Nothing personal, but some of y'all nasty. Some of y'all don't even brush your teeth in the morning, let alone wash your hands and do sorts of stuff. So I'm going to put a poll up on Twitter, and I like to get a vote. I'm going to let it run for a week, and I'm going to read the results next Sunday. And that is, are you comfortable enough with a lot of stuff opening back up? Are you comfortable enough to go to the movies? I know I'm not yet. That's why we don't have the top 5 domestic box office kicking off like I usually do. I may end up doing it once it starts doing it, big time. We get a lot more movies, but I really can't see me going to a movie theater with a bunch of strangers. Now, a lot of movie theaters right now are doing a few different things, which is they're allowing you, like Alamo Drafthouse here in the DC area, they're allowing you to rent out a theater. It's going to cost you at least $300 to rent out the theater. And then on top of that, you got to order at least $300 worth of food. So altogether, it's going to cost about $600. And you can have roughly about, I think it's 25 people in the theater. I'm going to have to look some stuff up. I'm going to have to say, would you be comfortable getting 25 close friends and family together in a movie theater to watch a movie if, as a group, you guys got to shell out 600 bones to have the movie all to yourself? They're going to cook your food. They're going to have masked up employees bringing your food in, bringing your drinks in, but you're going to pay 600 bones right before the movie, before it even starts. You drop it 600 to say, bam, here you go. Because you pay $300 to get the theater, but you got to order at least $300 worth of food and drink. Are you down for that? Will you do it? So I'll put that poll up. It's going to be on Twitter. I think I'll put it on Facebook, and we're going to see if people do it. Anyway, we're approaching the end. That's pretty much it, folks. I'm glad to see everybody on the check-in. What's up to my man Omar? What's happening to my man Shadow? Low Cuts, glad to see you. Hey, everybody, remember, please share this with your friends. Like, share, subscribe. Peace, y'all. And I'm out of here. Let me hit that music. And we can go. Fade it in. Bam. It gets hot in my office, so that means I got to drink the adult beverage.
I'm still fly, I know.
And we got to check out some more stuff for you to check out. So we'll figure it out. Peace. Hey, it's really hard for me to come up with a lot of subjects. I've been getting a lot of cool stuff from people on Twitter, and we're going to start looking into it. It's going to be some anime. It's going to be some other stuff, random crap. And I'm also thinking about holding a Zoom meeting and maybe having you guys watch a video with me, and we go ahead and record the whole thing. Let me know if that's something that works out for you. Peace, y'all. And I'm out of here.